This is my passion. This is what I love to do. But some days, sometimes, I'm just like you, man. I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. I'm just like you. Damn, I hate this job. Man, I hate this job. Man, I hate my job.
From a good dream I wake, sun rays on my face, planning out my day, hoping this ain't the one that I catch a case. I feel so good, I feel so straight. My manager keep calling me saying, hurry up, you late. Hurry up, you lay off. Y'all, man, I hate this job. Man, I hate this job. Been trying to play it cool, but it's hard to play it off. I've been hanging on to this bullshit, cause my car still ain't paid off. I know I'm on my way up, my boy just got laid off, so y'all, man, I hate this job. Man, I hate this job. These hoes here so ratchet. These hoes here so sneaky. Y'all don't even really pay enough for y'all to only pay bi-weekly. I'm trying to double up my cash. Take this job, shove it up your ass. Yo, man, I hate this job. Sometimes I wanna say, walk in and slap my boss. This shit is getting hard. Damn, I hate this job. Gotta make it out of this struggle, bruh. And I don't really mean to take it out on you. You just a customer, but damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. We're the reason why your stockholders always stay afloat. Yet I'm asking, are they hiring? Like everywhere I go, schedule will say 9, but I think it's fine if I clock in at 9:04. I work 40 hours a week plus overtime just to be bro. So y'all, man, I hate this job. Hate that I applied. So much has transpired since the day that I was high. Told me I could advance, but you were telling me lies. Gotta give your notice before I quit, but you don't say shit right before I'm fired. Damn, man, I hate this job. Sometimes I wanna say, walk in and slap my boss. This shit is getting hard. Damn, I hate this job. Gotta make it out of this struggle, bruh. And I don't really mean to take it out on you. You just a customer, but damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. You and your procedures, you and your protocol, you and your policies, none of that shit don't apply to me. You and your quotas, you and your standards, you and your 2 sick days a year. Y'all niggas bananas. Wonder why the postman's posted with hammers, going postal with Popo on camera. His wage got him enraged, stressed out, it's hard to maintain. He flips the middle, grabs his. He said, if you don't get the picture, I quit, you ain't shoot, mother. Man, I hate this job. Sometimes I wanna say, walk in and slap my boss. This shit is getting hard. Damn, I hate this job. Gotta make it out of this struggle, bruh. And I don't really mean to take it out on you. You just a customer, but damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Look, man, I hate this job. I put my pants on one leg at a time, just like you. I'm out here trying to take care of my family. Damn, I hate this job. It's not always glamorous, for real, but I do what I gotta do for me and mine, you know? Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. I'm just like you, nigga. Damn, I hate this job. Man, I hate this job. Man, I hate my job. Yeah. Check 1 2, check 1 2. My mic sounds nice. Check 1. How y'all feel out there? What's popping, y'all? What's happening? What's going on? You back in the lab with your man Mark Nash. He is I am he. Another great episode of Breaking the Beats. You already know what it is. We're gonna break down the business, entertainment, art, technology, sports, and pretty much anything else I feel like squeezing into those letters. As you know, this is Breaking the Beats, man. This is a hip-hop political sports show with a comedy twist. And man, we're gonna have a little good, we're gonna have a big good time tonight, man. I don't know if that makes sense, but y'all get it. Man, we had a great interview over there. Shout out to my brother Major Key Boxing. You already know how we give it up on Mondays. Did the collab episode over there, showing some love and support. Did the business, beats, and boxing. Let me drop the link out there. Let me get y'all reaction. Let me get that reaction, man. How y'all feel? We had Kelly Pavlik. Shout out to the brother, the unified champ, former unified two-time champ, Kelly Pavlik, super middleweight champ. Great individual, great person. We had the first black ring announcer. Shoot, he probably still the only one other than WWE. Mr. Henry Discombobulating Jones. Super talented individual. Got a lot to say too, man. We got to get Mr. Jones back on the show. We got to get him back on the show. And also DJ Rebel, man, dropped some jewels on us, man. Ironically, when DJ Rebel started talking about Baltimore, and they said, yeah, DMX used to be up there. I swear to God, his dog started barking. You cannot make this up. They said DMX used to be in Baltimore. His dog started barking in the background. Check the playback. That was crazy. As y'all know, your boy been gone for a minute, been gone for about a week. But we've been out here working, grinding. You probably see me on the channel here too. I'm gonna switch over to the other computer so I can cut my camera on. But in the meantime, I just want to chop it up with y'all while we doing that. I ain't gonna be here all night. I'm gonna let y'all get to the barbershop. I know y'all like to chop it up over there around 12. But I'll be remiss if I didn't talk to you guys about some of the things I saw this weekend with that Shakur Stevenson fight. Shout out to the GWOAT. We got to talk about her as well. Also, Simone Biles says she does not want her daughter to be in gymnastics. Most decorated female in U.S. history in gymnastics says she don't want her daughter playing gymnastics. We'll talk about it, though. Shout out to my brother Kyle, the boxing section. He said, yo, what's up, my brother? What's good, Kyle? We ain't here, man. Shelton Moore, he said, salute, Martin Nash. Salute to you, my brother. The link is out there if y'all want to pull it up, chop it up with me. Let me know what y'all thought of that interview, if you want to. But in the meantime, in between time, we got to talk about this right here. Let's get into it, man. If y'all want to pull up, y'all want to talk to me about the interview. Y'all got anything news that I missed this weekend? We can talk about it. But I got to talk about this shit. Rick. What up?
My guy, what's up with it?
I'm good, man. I'm just happy to be here, man. God is good, man.
Hey,
talk to me. How y'all feel out there? Say it again.
I see nothing. I said you ain't dropping. You supposed to drop the album on your channel. I ain't seen nothing.
Man, I've been busy, man. I was on somebody else's channel doing the show, doing the interview over there. But the album link is in my community page. So if you click the community tab, when you go to my channel, the album is in there. It's a link for the whole album. You can listen to it on YouTube for free.
So what's up, OG?
What's happening, man? How y'all doing, man? Another great interview, Mark. You, Troy, and Major, y'all killing the game right now, brother. Good job.
Man, you all are, man. We all together, man. Like it's no I in team, bro. It's no I in team.
You got it. But let me get to this thing you brought up, this fight, man. Look,
let's talk about it.
I support all black fighters, man, but you can't support fighters blindly. You can't make excuses for what you saw. Shakur Stevenson is one of the best young talents we have in boxing today. He fought a guy that threw 28 punches the entire fight. I'm not talking about a round. The entire fight. And you sitting here pot-shotting with this dude, you're going to have to step on the gas, man, because if you fight Herring or Valdez in the manner you fought Saturday night, you're going to get beat the fuck up, homie. You got to let your hands go, man. You gotta let your hands go. That shit Saturday night was unacceptable from a fighter of your caliber, bro. It was unacceptable.
I gotta disagree with my OG.
Go ahead, talk about it.
The thing about it is, man, he outclassed that man for 12 rounds. I don't care if he didn't knock him out or not. He still outclassed that man. The man landed 28 punches. I mean, enough said, man. Like, come on, dog. Like,
he only threw 28, Kyle. That's the point. He only threw 28 punches.
He
total.
More than 28. They say
no, he didn't.
28.
This punch stat said 28 punches total, bro. I'm telling you what I saw. I watched the entire fight. I'm probably the only one that stayed awake. I watched the whole fight.
Brother, what they be doing over here? What the hell be going on over here? Damn.
So my point is this, man. My point is this. I'm not saying you got to knock him out, but you got to let your hands go, man. Now, don't get me wrong. I know Shakur's smart. I know he has a good team. He's probably going to have a different game plan for Herring or Valdez. But I just want to see it because the game plan he had Saturday night, that was terrible, bro. That was terrible.
I mean, so you saying with that game plan, he can't beat Jamel Herring?
No, not like that, because Jamel Herring gonna let his hands go. He's not gonna stand there like, oh boy, looking for one shot. He gonna let his hands go. You gonna have to fight at some point in that fight.
But that's the thing about it though. See, it's hard to press the gas on somebody that's looking for one shot. And if they hit you with that shot, you damn near going to sleep. So it's hard for somebody, it's hard for you to just go in there blindly. Like when he hit him with that one shot, he's like, oh, okay, this motherfucker got some power. So I can't go in there willy-nilly. The man had one punch, he kept throwing that right hand, and he didn't allow him to land it. So I mean, I don't know, man. I think we're being a little too hard on the guy. I think the comparisons to Floyd Mayweather may be clouding our judgment, to say the absolute least.
Well, I don't even know who said that. Who said he's Floyd Mayweather? He's nowhere near Floyd. Who said that?
He said it. He said he's trying to next Floyd.
He's tripping.
All of them.
And he's tripping, and he needs to calm himself down. You are nowhere near Floyd, bro. You got way more work to do to even be considered in the same sentence with Floyd.
Well, look, let me give you a little pushback on that. Here's the thing. Leading up to that fight, I'm about to go on a quick rant. Y'all gonna bear with me?
Of course, my brother. Of course.
I know when I go on my rants, Kyle normally drop off. So that's why I had to ask. No, I'm joking.
Hey, only on my channel. You know what I'm saying? I don't stand for that shit on my channel, but this is your channel tonight.
Okay, so I can rant just a little bit. Hey, look, just give me about a couple ticks. So listen to what I'm saying right here. Shakur Stevenson has been nothing less than stellar since he came out of the amateurs, right? This kid is amazing. He's an outstanding talent. We all can agree to that much, right?
For sure. Facts.
Okay, well, here's the thing. Now, we all agree that you can't knock out every opponent. And I think we got to consider everything that's happened over the last 2 weeks. These guys watch and they're listening. Now, when you got a guy like Shakur Stevenson, they saying he put people to sleep with his performance on Saturday. He won every round. He controlled the fight throughout the entire fight. And I believe his critics don't think he took enough chances, especially former champion Tim Bradley. He stated, Shakur Stevenson, and I quote, needs to understand that this is the entertainment business as well, end quote. This is the same Tim Bradley who admits that he shortened his career with his go-to war type of style and his wars with Ruslan Provodnikov and things like that, right? So this is my take on it. These guys, first of all, are risking a lot to be in the ring in the first place. Let's be clear. Now, last week, or was it 2 weeks ago, we saw Devin Haney go in there and he took the risk that people wanted Shakur Stevenson to take. He got clipped right there at the end of the 10th round, wobbled back to his corner a little bit, and people are saying, and I believe they're mislabeled him as Chinny. Shakur Stevenson is also over there training with Bud Crawford, all right? He has seen people talk about his boy, Bud Crawford, big bro, undisputed champion, 3-division champion. They still say, hey, well, even though he stopped Gamboa, they say, well, Gamboa wobbled him. He stopped Klavalauskas. They was like, they judged him unfairly too and said, hey, Klavalauskas dropped him though. He dropped him. Even though he got up and finished him, he took those risks. You get what I'm saying? Those risks come with rewards, but even still, these people will still judge you. So you can't please everybody. I'm a firm believer of win this one, look good on the next one. Now, this whole broadcast leading up to that fight, all they was talking about was how his plus minus is better than Floyd's, how he don't get hit as much as Floyd got hit. So he went out there and really didn't get hit and put on a clinic, and we're still judging the young man. I just think I don't know if y'all remember Mickey Bay's first loss. Mickey Bay was winning the whole fight, went out there and lost the fight in the 12th round, right there in the last minute or so. Y'all remember?
I definitely remember. That was a great
Taylor
fight.
Also was
a great fight.
Julio Cesar Chavez, and he did the same goof too.
You get what I'm saying? So we asking the guys to take risk, but then we judge them if something happens. Now they're chinny. Now they, you know what I'm saying? Or he got hit too much because he was taking the risk. You get what I'm saying? Because some of these guys get hit because they go, like people say Spence get hit too much, but Spence going out there trying to get the job done. That's why you're gonna get hit when you're the aggressor. So I just think the guy's been mislabeled as boring, Shakur Snoozer or whatever they're calling him now. Or I just think y'all got to relax, man. Give these guys time to grow. Enjoy the fight that you're seeing in front of you. You can't knock out every guy. Hey, look, early on, he probably realized, hey, this guy ain't going nowhere. That's when you got to just win this fight, look good on the next one. But with that, I digress, and I'll pass it back to you guys. What do you think of my assessment of the fight?
That was the perfect assessment, my boy. And I'm in full agreement. And let me tell you this, though, right? How many great champions lost fights that they had to fight won? Shout out to Manny Pacquiao for getting put to sleep by Marquez. He was winning that fight until Marquez caught him and put him to bed, bro. Nap time. You dig what I'm saying? It's so easy to get caught and put to sleep because if you don't see them punches coming, you know what I mean? It's hard to fight an aqua fighter. They say the punches that hurt you the most, you don't see. Aqua fighter like bruh could have caught him. You know what I'm saying? And that he caught him that one time and scored like, oh my goodness, this motherfucker do hit kind of hard. Let me go back to what I do best. You know what I mean? So and my thing is, what is the object of the game? To hit and not be hit. I could have sworn. In the words of the great philosopher Floyd Money Mayweather, one of the best fighters of all time, in my eyes, in my opinion, in the words of the great philosopher Frederick Hawthorne, in my humble opinion, one of the greatest fighters of all time, he said, you want to last long. You know what I'm saying? You want to last, not come and last. You know what I'm saying? And that's the facts. You know what I'm saying? Because when you do that type of stuff, you come in last. Ask Merrick Taylor. He was winning that fight against Julio Cesar Chavez, and then what happened? Boom, dynamite. You know what I'm saying? With 10, 15 seconds left on the clock, he got caught. So, you know, it is what it is, man. I'm all for people being they self. You know what I'm saying? And if the fight was so boring, somebody make him do something else. Like Joel Gonzalez was talking that stuff. Oh, yeah, I'm going to bring the pressure. I'm going to bring the fight to him. He didn't bring a damn thing to Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson won every round. So I don't know what more we want from these guys, man. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that warrior bullshit, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't going to get that label of warrior. Just like Devin Haney didn't get the he didn't get the label of warrior. You know what I'm saying? They called him a hugger. So I'm not trying to hear that shit, man. I'm really not. I'm really not.
Well, I just don't know what we've come to as boxing fans when you can't give your honest assessment of what you saw with your eyes, and then everybody want to say you hating or you're not respecting the young fighter or let the fighter grow. Look, man, I'm not saying nothing bad about that kid. That kid's a young talent. He's gonna go far, but that fight was boring. Bottom line, he could have done more, but as you so eloquently stated, Kyle, he took a shot, he didn't like it, and he went on the back foot. Cool. I'm just saying he's not going to be able to do that in the next fight that he wants with either Herring or Valdez, in my opinion. But that's all it is, bro, is my opinion. Somebody else might have liked what he did. I personally didn't. I thought it was boring, and I thought he could have done more. Now, you're talking about great fighters who got caught. Meldrick Taylor got caught, but it was accumulation. if you saw that fight, which I did live, Meldrick Taylor wasn't looking like that in round 6. By round 12, he looked like a dead man walking. It was the accumulation of punches that got Meldrick Taylor. Shakur Stevenson ain't taking that kind of punishment. Shakur Stevenson not a come forward fighter like Meldrick Taylor was. I'm just saying, I'm offering my honest critique, and that's just my opinion. I should be allowed to have my opinion without somebody trying to tell me how to adjust, how to see the fight. I know what I saw, and what I saw was boring.
Absolutely. Hey, sir, and respectfully, of course, that is your opinion, and you are entitled to your opinion. That's not a fact, though. That's your interpretation of the fight. And often we have guys out here speaking about boxing and speaking on, in this situation, a win, a dominant performance, and we put an asterisk beside it. Yeah, you won and you beat him and you won every round, but it was boring. But you didn't knock him out, but you didn't drop him. Boxing is like jazz. I heard someone say, the better it is, the more it's not appreciated. I remember watching some Floyd fights. They thought it was boring. When he fought Baltimore, they was like, oh, this is boring. I thought it was masterful, showing him hit and not get hit, doing the pull counter. It was beautiful. Same thing with Robert Guerrero. Like Floyd is one of those guys too. They said he was boring and his style was boring. When we go back and look at it now, we'll call him a virtuoso. He's a.
But let me ask you a question. In that perspective, right there. Let me ask you a question. Just like with the Haney fight, just like with this fight. Now, this fight, I'm surprised because it's coming more, from the community that we all in. But usually, where's that coming from?
I'm sorry?
What community is that coming from usually where he's boring, he don't come forward, he don't take risks? Where's that usually coming from?
I don't know the answer you're looking for. I've heard it from both sides. I've heard it from white guys. I heard it from black guys. If you're talking about race.
I'm talking about it's coming from people who don't necessarily like that fighter, usually. Because anybody who says that Devin Haney's performance 2 weeks ago was boring is just hating. That was a great performance that time. He just got caught. That was a great performance. Usually, when you're getting all these kind of critiques of boring and he's not watchable and I don't like to watch his fights, it's coming from the other side, man. That's just a fact. That's just a fact.
All right, let me run to the chat real quick. HLD said, in pro boxing, you must entertain, and just doing enough just to win does not cut it. Shakur total output in 12 rounds was 304 punches thrown. Again, 304 punches divided by 12 rounds is 25 punches per round. Okay. I see your point. Nobody paying $5 for that appointment. My brother Tank, the Sweet Science Examiner, salute to you. He said, we ain't asking, they're asking. He said, I don't put myself into the category of people who are parroting the narrative that Tim Bradley and others are putting out. I agree, Tank, but we still got to address it because these guys have the microphone, they have the platform, and millions of people are watching them, and they are doing the color commentary. They adding color to the commentary, literally. And I think they shape people's opinions, same way as Jim Lampley and Larry Merchant used to shape people's opinions on HBO. Taylor Bell, what up? Oscar Valdez will beat Shakur Stevenson. I don't know. You got to hit him, though. Major Key said, I'll be on short and Mark working on the back end, my brother. Peace. No problem. Please. Sir Senior, he said he could have done more, but left almost unblemished and schooled him the whole fight. Exactly. Taylor Bell, I agree with Shelton. There you go, Shelton. See, you ain't alone. Roland Curtis, welcome to the show. He said, saying that he won every round does not disprove that the fight put a lot of viewers to sleep. That's fair. That's your opinion. And I ain't going to tell you you're wrong for your opinion. I might disagree, but cooking with Sir Senior, he said the Andre Ward, they said Ward was boring. Exactly. They definitely said Andre Ward was boring. And he wasn't. He definitely wasn't boring because he had been dropped before. So he could be dropped. So I thought that was interesting too that you said Ward, and he was actually commentating the fight as well. Pacquiao wasn't winning the fourth fight versus Marquez, in my opinion. Oh man, he had just dropped him twice, right? Marquez was all bloody, but yeah, he said Marquez just had got dropped. Manny before he even hit him with the NyQuil shot at the end of the fight at Cincinnati night. Yeah, but some people think he was losing that fight. I know that knockdown definitely edged Pacquiao. The cut Marquez's face was all bloody. Let me I got two more, then we're gonna go back to the commentary. Roland Curtis, he said, we can agree Floyd fights and Shakur fights are masterful, but masterful is not the opposite of boring. Masterful does not imply exciting. True. That's very true. But boring, don't you think boring is a gross overstatement? Boring was kind of like, no disrespect to TBE, but that Logan Paul fight was boring because you got one guy trying to be the aggressor and the other guy running and hugging the whole fight.
That's exactly why I didn't buy it and still ain't seen it.
Right, Shelton, but this fight was not that. The guy was engaging. He wasn't running all night. He just couldn't knock the guy out.
I mean,
y'all wanted him to stay in the pocket and throw more punches and combos.
Exactly. I wanted him to throw a little bit more, maybe try to get the guy out of there. But hey, look, he's in the ring. I'm not. He know what he felt. I didn't. He did what he had to do to win, and I commend him on that because the bottom line of any fight is to win. It is boring. It's a boring way he won. It is. I ain't changed my stance. That fight was boring as shit.
Hey, can we talk about the referee though?
Oh my God, the referee.
Yeah, he was an idiot. I don't know what he's talking about. Don't step on his feet or I'm gonna take a point. Man, get out of here. Stop trying to be on TV, bro.
One at a time. Go ahead, Kyle, and then back to Shelton.
I think that was part of the problem, bro. That referee in the feet, it's like, dude, Southpaw Orthodox fighters, they always trip over each other's feet, bro. Like, dude, let them boys fight. So that was half the battle right there. I think the referee was half the battle. You know what I'm saying? He was sticking his nose in there too much, man. That's why I like Jack Reese, man. Jack Reese don't really get in there unless it's necessary.
Yeah, facts. That dude just wanted to be on TV, man. He go. I heard him say during the fight, if you step on his foot again, I'm gonna take a point. Come on, man. You're just trying to be on TV. You're too involved in the fight, bro. Back up.
And you notice he never took the point, and he did that the rest of the night. It was times where you can see his eyes not watching to see if the punches were on the belt. He wasn't seeing if shots were landing behind the head. His eyes were glued on the feet. It was like he was annoyed by it.
I saw that, Mark. I saw that. I was tripping off of that. I saw that.
Yeah, man. Let me go back to the chat real quick. Somebody said, I don't think anybody called Haynes versus Linares round 1 through 10 boring. No, I didn't say they call it boring, but he took the risk that you guys asked for Shakur to take. He got clipped with a shot in a fight he was dominating, and now people are calling him chinny. Y'all don't think Shakur Stevenson is hearing that?
Right.
He's hearing that. And
but you didn't.
I'm winning. Hold on, Shelton. Let me get this off.
Yeah.
Of course, he's winning the fight. Why risk damaging my reputation? People calling me chinny, possibly getting dropped, getting wobbled. If I don't have to, the fight, I'm winning this shit. It's almost over. I got a couple more comments, and I'll go right back to you.
All right.
If you watch a master versus a person not on their level, it will not be exciting. I agree. Tank the Sweet Science Examiner, he said, is boring a positive or negative adjective? I believe the way Shelton and the way it's being used in this situation, Tank,
negative.
It has a negative connotation.
Yeah, negative, because you're trying to get passes in the seats. You're trying to get people to buy your fights, and that fight won't do it. Looking at that one. But what I was going to say was, you call Haney chinny, right? They want to call Haney chinny, but when Loma got dropped, nobody called him chinny. By the same guy.
Good point. Hey, Andrew Charles said, hey, they were stumping on each other's feet. The ref can't not say nothing. I get it, man, but that's part of the game. When you got those styles against each other, southpaw versus conventional, that's always going to happen. He was on him too hard, too early. Watch your feet. Step on his feet. Move your foot. Hey, man, if you step on his foot again, I'm going to take a point. That was him. He was doing that like it was early in the fight when he was threatening with points. And I heard somebody say, well, who are you going to take the point from? Just because like the guy is pivoting as I'm stepping and moving and pivoting, his foot just happens to be where I'm about to step down. You're going to take a point away from me? Like, it's not intentional, though, Andrew Charles. That's my point. If it's an intentional thing, I get it. But I don't think now one of those guys was being intentional. What do you guys think? You think they were intentionally stepping on the feet?
No, that's when you have an orthodox fighter and a southpaw fighter. That's always a problem. Foot placement battle is always part of that fight. You got whoever steps on the outside will be able to get if I can get my foot on the inside of your foot, then I can get my shots off. He's trying to step to the outside of his right foot so he can get his straight left hand down the pipe. He's trying to step to the outside of his left foot so he can get his right hand down the pipe. That always happens with those two styles clashing.
Absolutely. Kyle, you think it was an intentional? They were stepping on each other's feet?
No, I just think that they southpaw orthodox, man. It's hard to, you know what I'm saying? That always happens. Look at the Earl Spence Sean Porter fight. Ow.
Oh yeah. Whoa, my bad. I agree 1,000,000%. Let me close this one over here. Yeah, I agree 1,000,000%. I don't think these guys was doing that intentionally, and I just think the ref was a little too aggressive with it, threatening with the points. Like he went from. I mean, you got to use discretion, right? And I just didn't think it was an intent. It was intentional. Yeah, it was annoying, Andrew Charles. He was like, yeah, he said it was annoying. It was more annoying than anything, but he couldn't figure out how to not keep doing it. I think the ref was actually annoyed, and Roland Curtis said boring is always a negative adjective. I don't know if everybody would agree on that. Shelton, I got you right here in the back chat. I'll put the number on the screen. We'll take a couple calls before we give our final thoughts.
You got that? You know, I'm coming your way. That's why I want to get that to you, because I'm coming your way. I'll be down there. Absolutely. Pull up. We're gonna get it popping. Go to Magic City, get some wings. Yes, sir.
Hey, look, I got the number on the screen. If anybody want to call in, give me their take on it. Whether you are a regular caller, if you always beam in, you can call in as well. But give me your take on this. I want to know what you guys think. Was it a good fight? Was it a boring fight? Also, Simone Biles. Did you guys hear about this? Simone Biles?
Yeah, I heard about that. Of course, she don't want her daughter to go through what she probably went through, if she's ever even spoken on it. Because we know that shit was running. Yeah, that shit was running rampant in USA Gymnastics. That shit was running rampant, man. She don't want her daughter going through that.
Speak on it for the people who don't know what we're talking about, Shelton.
We're talking about the predatory behavior, the pedophilia that was going on in USA Gymnastics. They was abusing them girls for years, and they was just keeping quiet about it. And finally, it came out. A couple people went to jail, got lengthy prison sentences, but that doesn't negate the fact that the shit happened. And how does she know that if her daughter gets involved in USA Gymnastics, that the shit won't happen again? So the best thing to do is keep her away from that, in my opinion.
All right. So for those who tuning in, Simone Biles said she did a 60 Minutes interview, and a lot of people. Let me go to my notes right here. And I'm gonna try to do this as professionally as possible with respect to all parties involved. Okay. Simone Biles shocked many during a recent 60 Minutes interview when she replied saying she would not put her daughter in gymnastics. She stated she believes there is still no accountability and safeguards to protect and prevent the ladies from experiencing more abuse. If you're not familiar with, for those who might know, Dr. Larry Nassar, or Nasser, whatever, was charged with possession of child pornography and criminal sexual conduct involving the daughter of a family friend. This opened up a whole can of worms, and everybody found out how long this abuse had been going on and been covered up and tolerated for years. And Dr. Larry Nassar was sentenced to 175 years in jail. For some people, that's not enough. But that's what's going on with it. People are saying, hey, wow, this is bad. And this looks bad, man. This is up there for me with what's the young lady, the tennis player, who said, okay, well, I'm gonna just sit the games out. Y'all want to keep finding me or just keep playing with me?
Naomi Osaka.
Oh, yeah, okay. Then y'all going, okay, yeah, Naomi Osaka. She was like, okay, look, I'm trying to focus on the game. These interviews are fucking my mental health. Y'all keep playing with. You know what? I'm out of here. Bye bye. And she's one of the biggest things in the business, right? Big name in the business. So I like what Simone Biles is doing right here. She's putting the spotlight on this situation. When you have, that's like Michael Jordan saying, I don't want my kids to play basketball because of this, or LeBron. You get what I'm saying? So I think it's dope when you have somebody who's at the pinnacle of the sport saying, yo, y'all need to fix this fix this system that's protecting these people. Because she said there's no accountability, which raised a lot of eyebrows, like 175 years. But what she's saying is everybody hasn't been punished yet. Other people knew what was going on. I want to know who knew what and when they knew it, and they need to be punished too. What do you guys think of this? Let's open it up with Sir saying you just pulled up. What up, bro?
Salute, bro.
Let's go. Talk to me.
Man, I told you about that Simone Biles. She was amazing on and mad and off, man. I just got to take my hat off to her, man. I respect that all the way. Is because of the people who got the microphone, the people who got the spotlight, if they don't stand up for what's right, they'll always sweep it under the rug. They'll always sweep it under the rug. We'll have to go into a full revolt for them to start doing something. And I respect her for stepping up and saying, well, I'm going to use my mic and I'm going to use my spotlight to do what's right.
Go ahead, guys. Pass it around. Y'all tell me what y'all think of this story right here. Olympic legend, the most decorated female gymnast in American history. And she's also tied with the men. Say, hey, my daughter can't play this sport. These people out here violating these young girls. She said she was a victim of the abuse as well. And there is no accountability. Who knew what, when they knew it? How long was this going on? This man could not do this long and not be protected. What say you, Kyle Shelton? Shelton,
well,
Kyle.
I'll go. Well, she's right. There's no way he could have got away with that shit for over 20 years and nobody knew what was going on. Nobody spoke up. I can't believe that all the parents was just cool with that. No, he was being protected by USA Gymnastics. They probably paid some people off. But what she's saying is actually correct. Everybody who was involved has not been punished, and she don't want her daughter having nothing to do with that until accountability, everyone has been brought and been held accountable. Everyone has been brought forth, they've been rooted out and held accountable. That's what needs to happen, and I commend her. She's absolutely right.
Go ahead. Kyle, you got something? We'll come back to you, Kyle. Jay, what up? Talk to me.
My man. What is up with it? Can y'all hear me?
Sound like you standing right beside me, my brother. You got the
We
floor.
got you, King.
Yes, sir. Now I'm a little lost on as far as the topic because I just kind of jumped in. So what is the topic specifically?
Oh man, we all over the place a little bit. It's a weekend recap, so we're a little bit everywhere. We was talking about the fight with Shakur Stevenson. People are calling him boring. And I was like, yo, you can't call everybody boring just because you can't knock him out. If he takes that risk, he might get clipped, get knocked out. We was also talking about Simone Biles, 4-time gold medalist, highest decorated woman in gymnastics in U.S. history, saying, hey, my daughter ain't gonna do no flips for y'all motherfuckers. Y'all out here touching, y'all violating these girls. Not my baby. And she said this on I'm paraphrasing, of course. But she said this on 60 Minutes, and it kind of took a lot of people aback. They was like, yo, what? Yo, it's like LeBron saying, I don't want my kid to play basketball because of blah, blah, blah. It makes people look a little harder into why they're saying this, and we need to fix this system. There's no reason where we have the most decorated woman gymnast saying, hey, I don't want my daughter to play this, not because it stunts your growth or it's a lot of pressure on your knees and your back and your ankles. No, I don't want my daughter to play this because they are molesting and abusing young girls. What do you have to say? You got the floor.
As far as that, I have to agree with that 100%, but that also does fall back on the generation of women that we have raising. You know what I mean? From the old school women to the new school women. And basically what I mean by that, I'm going to elaborate, is what I mean by that is that it always generalizes and it comes down to how you were raised, how you come up, what kind of environment you've been around and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So as far as I'm concerned, I deeply believe that it really, to me, it really does fall back on our generation of women. It really does. To me, it does. And a lot of people be like, that sounds a little biased. It sounds like you're kind of putting a lot on the new generation in a way. Well, I am, because we have to pave the way for what the OGs have done for us. You feel what I'm saying? Including the women, mainly the women. You know what I mean? And by the way, I want to say, love the new video, bro. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. It was amazing. I was just training to it. I was just training to it the other day. And in case y'all haven't, make sure y'all go check out the Mark Nash merch, man. Merch is on fire.
You said
anyway.
hold on. You said you was running a train to it the other day. What you say?
No, I thought I was running I was training to it. Excuse me. I thought I was training.
I got you. I'm fucking with you. Let me pass it around to my brother Major Key Boxing. Talk to me, Major Key. Shakur Stevenson, the fight was boring. I'm good, man. Shakur Stevenson, some saying the fight was boring. I say, hey, man, he won every round. If he would have took too many risks, he would have ended up wobbling like Devin Haney, maybe. Also, Simone Biles says, hey, my daughter cannot get into gymnastics until we get all the pedophiles out and we have full accountability.
I can't talk about the Shakur one because remember I had gotten home late. I literally drove like by the time I got home that night was like 1 o'clock in the morning from picking up my daughters for the summer. So I didn't even watch the fight, and then yesterday I was too busy to even replay it. And today I was working, and then I had to work on the show tonight. So I haven't even really got a chance to see that. But I heard mixed reviews. Some people saying that he did a good amount of work, just to keep him outside and keep himself safe and win the fight easily. Then I heard other people saying that he wasn't letting his hands go and it was boring. And then I hear that he apologized. Some people say that he shouldn't have apologized. So I really don't have a perspective yet. So I'm gonna skip on that question, to be honest with you, man. That's only fair because
I would like to cut in on that. I would like to cut in on that.
Go ahead.
I have to agree with him on that because of the simple fact that Shakur Stevenson is quote unquote supposed to be the new Mayweather. As far as that title goes, I give that to Devin Haney. Devin Haney is going to be the new Mayweather. Now, as far as Shakur Stevenson goes, I feel like Shakur Stevenson has a little bit of growing to do as far as his skill and as far as him growing as a fighter. Because Shakur Stevenson still calls out the biggest name at 130, if I'm not mistaken, 125, 130. And no disrespect to Shakur Stevenson, he really hasn't knocked anybody out yet. You know what I mean? He hasn't had that statement victory yet. This guy he just fought past him Saturday, we've never heard of this guy. No disrespect to Shakur Stevenson and what he's got going on, but I have to agree with you on that 100%, my brother.
All right. So, I mean, I appreciate that, but I mean, I would basically say I don't know what the fuck happened that day, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But when it comes down to, let me ask you this, though, because I didn't watch the fight, right? So you guys tell me, because the way that I feel about it, right? When everybody talks about Mayweather, and I'm one of those guys, literally, since he fought De La Hoya, I literally paid every single pay-per-view for Floyd Mayweather for his whole career. I was a supporter. I paid for every Cotto fight that was on pay-per-view. I paid for every Manny Pacquiao fight, and I paid for every single Mayweather fight. Literally every single fight that had to do with Cotto, Pacquiao, Mayweather was at my crib, right? So my question, though, what I remember, though, is that before Mayweather got on that level, right, he wasn't doing that. The boxing from the outside and things like that. He was Pretty Boy first, right? And so with Pretty Boy was going in and trying to knock these motherfuckers out, bro. Pretty Boy was bringing it to him. Pretty Boy was making his name known and relevant to the point where he had to work with De La Hoya and De La Hoya had to work with him. And then he transitioned, right? So my question is are any of these people, right, whether it's Shakur or Devin Haney, or any of them, right, showing you a glimpse of that, of Pretty Boy, to get to that level of a Money May?
That's a really interesting question. And to be honest, I'm going to answer that question honestly, the best I can. And to be honest, I think if any of these guys, it would have to be out of Javante and Tank. I mean, it would have to be out of Devin Haney or Tank. One of those two. One second, you guys.
Now they've dubbed me the most interesting man in the world because when I'm not drinking Crown, I'm drinking Still Reserves. You know what I'm saying? And when I'm not talking boxing, I'm bodying people on Friday nights on Mark Nash's channel, right? So I'm just fucking around. But listen, so with that being said, though, right? Just because of all the talk in boxing right now, another interesting question: does the next Mayweather have to be black?
That is a very good question because a lot of people are saying Teofimo could be the next Floyd Mayweather as far as I'm concerned. But me personally, no. Okay. The next Floyd Mayweather does not have to be black. And with the talent that we have in boxing today, the talent that we have growing in the sport, bro, any of these guys could be Mayweather. As far as I'm concerned, there's only two guys right now that's really, really up there with Mayweather as far as stylistically, as far as technique, and as far as throwing punches. As far as what he's accomplished in the sport, I cannot compare them. It would have to be Tank and Haney. It would have to be Tank and Haney.
Hey, my apologies. So basically what you're saying is that the two people that trained under Mayweather resemble his style a little more because of the fact that they trained under him. And so it's a little more evident in their style of boxing. However, we can still see in the future that it may not even transition that way. We're just seeing something at a glimpse right now. We're just seeing the beginning. Okay. All right. Well, I'm glad that you gave me that opinion, man, because you're not even capping, bro. You're talking the truth. So I appreciate that, bro.
I do have a question for you, though, my brother. Now, as far as the 130 and the fact that Tank said after he wins this next fight that he's got against Barrios, he says he wants to go up to 140. Do you guys think that he's accomplished enough at 130 in defeating Leo Santa Cruz, beating Gamboa, fighters like that? Do you think that he's accomplished enough at 130 to actually consider himself that guy in the move up to 140?
No, I'll give you a quick answer so everybody else will talk. No, I don't think so.
Anybody else want to start seeing your Shelton more? Y'all want to try?
Yeah, anybody else have anything to say about that?
Where's my glasses? No.
Shelton said no.
No, he hasn't done enough at 130 or 35 yet.
I would say no, but I see what he's doing. He's playing I can jump up and down, with a belt game. So I respect that if you can keep a belt in 3 different weight classes at the same time, but you gotta still be each time. You can't just say, okay, well, I'm gonna fight one good person here and then I'm gonna play hopscotch. No, you gotta walk that straight line all the way through with each belt. You can't say, okay, well, I had a tough fight at 135, so I'm gonna have the easiest fight I can get at 130, and then I'm gonna take an easy fight at 140, then to have a tough fight at one. You can't play hopscotch. You gotta keep that same energy with each belt. And to me, I think Shakur Stevenson beats Devin Haney, in my personal opinion. So I don't know. I guess people say, well, he's boring, and that fight was boring. I think the point is to do whatever smartest to win. The art of boxing and the art of martial art, period, is not to all your opponent. My point is to get the easiest win and the quickest win. The easiest win was what he did. So if I'm him, I want to go unscathed versus I want to show how big and bad I am. If we want to do that, then we should just put Rock'em Sock'em robots out there. In my personal opinion.
I agree with that 100%. 100%. That is actually a really good point due to the fact that Shakur Stevenson versus Devin Haney, even though you had Shakur, that is a legendary fight. That is a legendary fight. legendary. To me, I feel like Shakur would have to, he would have to up his power a little bit more in order to compete with Haney. He would have to, you know what? I don't even think he has to do that. Them two right there when it comes to skill, them boys right there are, man, they're neck and neck when it comes to that skill. They only get hit 15% of the time in the ring. Both fighters. Shakur Stevenson only gets hit 5% of the time. That's a very, very, very small time, very small times of getting hit in the ring, bro. Like, he barely gets hit, bro. Now, with that being said, everybody's saying that Shakur hasn't really, accomplished enough, which I agree. I feel like Shakur hasn't accomplished enough. I feel like Tank has accomplished a little bit. I still feel like he's got to grow a little bit. I feel like Haney has to grow. Now, my question to you guys and to the panel and to everybody in the chat, salute to y'all showing love to my boy Mark Nash in the panel, bro. Do you guys actually, like, I already pretty much know the answer to this question, but there could be some other, other answers. I actually want to know you guys' thoughts about this. What do you guys think about Teofimo calling himself undisputed?
He can't be undisputed when there's another guy running around with a belt saying he's a champion. It's impossible.
All right, that's one. Go ahead, Major Key.
Oh, okay, my bad. I thought Troy was going to jump in here. I mean, we've
had Troy. I forgot Troy just pulled up and hasn't spoke yet. Troy, get in where you fit in, my brother. Is to the question from Jay Giles. He said, what do you think about T.O. being undisputed?
I think he has all the belts, and that's all that matters. I mean, this whole conversation to me is about as dead as disco. The man has all the belts, so it really just boils down to politics and who said what and who shot John.
That's not true, Troy.
Hold on. I wasn't finished yet. I wasn't finished yet. And it comes from the head of the, and it all started with the head of all this, which is who's the brother that owns PBC? I should know this, but I forgot his name. That's
Bob Arum. No, Bob Arum.
No, PB. No. I'm sorry. You know what? No. I'm sorry. I'm completely wrong. WBC.
Mauricio Suleiman.
It all started with him because at the end of the day, if he has 4 belts in his possession, then what is he? He's undisputed, and then you take it from there. But that all started with Suleiman started this mess. I can't take the foolishness.
Okay. Let me go next, Jay, because Jay Giles, you kind of hijacking my panel, brother. It's all good though. You asking good questions. But you gotta let me speak a little bit too. Let me pass it around. Respectfully, of course. Hey, this is my take on it. I like T.O. and I respect him. I respect his father. I love what they're doing in the sport of boxing. My only issue with him being undisputed, somebody said in the chat, he doesn't have all the belts. He has a franchise belt. And for me, here's the thing. And this is as simple as this. If Kambosos goes out there and beat Teofimo, will he be undisputed? No, because the franchise belt is not transferable. He will be a unified champ. So that's why I have a problem with the undisputed tag, because if Kambosos goes and beat him, he will get every belt except that green franchise belt. Devin Haney will still be the other champ. Does that make sense? I think that's the simplest way, and I don't think anybody can refute that.
That makes perfect sense, brother.
Okay, go ahead, Shelton. I'm going to piggyback off you after that.
No, I was just saying that makes perfect sense. You cannot, if you are a competitor, if you're a professional boxer, you're a champion and you're a competitor, you can't say I'm the undisputed champion when there's another champion defending his title saying he's the WBC champion, and Mauricio Suleiman recognizes him as the WBC lightweight champion of the world. So you can't continue to spin this narrative saying you're undisputed when you're not. That guy got a belt. So what you need to do is go get that belt, and then you can call yourself undisputed. But until then, you are not.
Go ahead, Major Key. And Major Key, if I'm not mistaken, the other sanctioning bodies don't recognize the franchise title.
They don't have to. They don't have to because they're not.
Hold on. The reason why I say that they don't recognize it, as in, if I'll just say me, Martin Nash. If I go out there and beat Teofimo Lopez, I get all the belts except for one. If I go out there and beat the undisputed champ, I'm supposed to be undisputed, right? we can't put these asterisks out there when it fits our narrative and say, hey, I go out there, I beat Teofimo, but now I'm unified. He was undisputed, but when I beat him, I'm not undisputed. I'm only unified. How does that make sense? Help me out.
So that's what I'm trying to explain. What Troy said was on point as well. Like, I get what y'all saying, but this is a WBC problem, because the whole thing is that, keep in mind that Teofimo beat the man that beat the man. He went and he actually, or his promotional company, petitioned to get the franchise belt, which was an elevation, and they recognized that as the supreme belt in the WBC. That is Mauricio's fault. So I'm just a messenger. But as far as reporting, I know enough about this to let y'all know that, hey, so the WBC, keep in mind, who's Kambosos? He's a mandatory from what? It's not WBC, it's IBF.
It's from IBF.
You know exactly. So it's not, you know what I'm saying, something where he can't fight, Haney or whatever. But if he doesn't as a petition for the franchise belt, you understand what I'm saying? He has to petition for it, so he can win it if he would have petitioned. But did he petition? No, he didn't, because he's worried. He went the IBF route. That's all he's worried about. See what I'm saying? So it's not our fault that we're confused. Don't get me wrong, because I'm as confused as y'all are. But don't tell me that y'all know definitively who is undisputed, because what made sense is that Teofimo's undisputed. However, I understand where my brothers and sisters in the boxing community feel like, you know what? It's still a dispute because Haney has a belt. I get it. I'm not mad at y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad. I would prefer that he fights him next to get this shit done and over with. I would prefer that to just like kill this conversation, because this shit has been annoying me since last summer. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, though, in reality, this is a WBC problem, and they did petition for it, and it was supposed to be a superior belt according to Mauricio Suleiman. So it's Mauricio Suleiman's fault, something that we've been trying to get him to clear up. Every time somebody gets him on a live on the YTBC, and he still just kind of like, yeah, it's the supreme belt, it's the superior, but yes, Haney's a champ. So we just as confused as ever. Like, so I mean, I understand it. I understand, but as far as I'm concerned, he beat the man to beat. Haney didn't beat nobody to be called the man. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I'm glad that he's elevated. He got a strap that helps him with opportunities and things like that. And I think he's going to be a champion at some point, like a major champion. I'm not saying he's not a champion right now. He's got a belt, no doubt. But as far as a supreme champion, according to what everybody else is, Lomachenko was pound for pound number one in these top rank and ESPN and all that, and which I never agree with, wholeheartedly to begin with. But that's another story. But nevertheless, this is the route that we understand. This is what we, So you can't blame me for agreeing that Teofimo is undisputed. But I hear everybody else's cries.
But Major Key, you can take Devin out of it and his belt. Like, my question is still standing. If Kambosos beats Teofimo,
he didn't petition.
He would have to petition to be undisputed.
No, he didn't petition.
He would have to petition.
Yeah, and he would have to be fighting for the WBC in the first place. But he's fighting for the IBF now.
So he can go in there and win the fight, and the only belt he'll get is the IBF belt, is what you're telling me? So that's the only belt on the line. He's not Teo isn't fighting for all the belts.
That's a good question. I don't believe it's undisputed, but I know it's definitely is mandatory for the IBF. That's what I know. See what I'm saying?
See, I do know this, according to the WBA, or you cannot lose a fight and still be undisputed. That's how that's what happened with Zab Judah going into the Floyd Mayweather fight. He lost to Baldemir. But he still was able to fight Floyd for the other titles, but it wasn't undisputed.
Yeah, let's check the chat, because I'm not really sure about that one, and I'm not gonna talk on my ass. You know what I'm saying? That's not what I do. But I believe that this is for the IBF, is mandatory, and I don't know if it's necessarily for undisputed, but I do know that it would have to be petition for. That's what I do know. And my bad, I gotta answer a call real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay, go ahead, guys. Terrence Bailey said if Kambosos paid all the sanctioning fees, it's for all of Teo's belts. Just because he pays the sanctioning fees, that just means he's ranked in those divisions. Like, they have to sanction that bout, though. I can be paying sanctioning fees to you, but this fight is not sanctioned by you guys.
Exactly.
That's my
Mark,
understanding.
you brought up a good point. Exactly.
And Mark.
Yes, sir.
And Mark.
Yes, sir.
I just sent you a post from February,
Send me a poem.
Yeah, no, not a poem. Let me get closer to this, Mike. I sent you something. I was online, man, and I sent you something with T3Mo holding the both belts, the franchise belt and the actual WBC belt. There's an article where he says he has the paperwork to prove that he has, which is certified by Suleiman and all that he is the actual champion. It's actually a video.
But that ain't what the website says. That is not what their website says. That's not what BoxRec says. And according to BoxRec, Devin Haney has mandatories. T.O. doesn't have a mandatory.
I mean, but then again, like I said, all this controversy was started by one man. That's Suleiman. And y'all got to understand, Suleiman his father was known for this. He was Don King's puppet. Let me explain something to y'all. You know, everybody thinks that WBC is the most what's the word they use? Prestigious belt.
Prestigious.
That's a bunch of garbage. Back in the day was the most corrupt belt. Back in the day, being the 90s, it's still corrupt. Hence all this foolishness we're talking about right now. It's always been corrupt because Don King had them in his back pocket. He told them to jump. They didn't ask how high. They just did it. Nothing has changed. I don't know how it went from being corrupt to being the greatest belt ever when it wasn't even the first belt created. It came from the WBC belt, which came from like the NABBA belt, I believe, right? It's not. It's the second child. It's not the first child. So I don't see where it's so great. I really don't.
Okay, I can answer that for you actually.
Yeah, please do.
The reason they say that the WBC is the most prestigious belt is because they've had more bouts for that belt, and they have more of the prestigious fighters that linealized boxing to fight for that belt more than any other belt in the world. So as far as, and then on top of that, the WBC has made more belts than any other belt. They have the WBC Intercontinental Championship. They have the WBC Interim Championship. They have the WBC Franchise Championship, and then they have the original WBC Championship. So they call that prestige. They call that prestige is just because a lot of people have fought for it. But if you want to be real about it, what you said was 100% fact. The linealized title really is the IBF due to the fact that we've had way more legends fight for that belt other than the WBC. And then on top of that, the IBF belt was actually crafted and it was created before the WBC was even introduced to the WBC franchise. So
and I want to invite my bad. Go ahead, brother. My bad.
I apologize. I'm like 5 more minutes. As far as like what they
5 minutes. Man, you got about 40 seconds, man. No, I'm joking.
As far as my bad, my bad.
That nigga said 5 minutes. That's a long time, but go ahead.
But as far as like what Mauricio Suleiman has got going on in the WBC, bro, it's complete bull. Just complete bull, bro. The WBC franchise title, bro, that's not even a real belt. If anybody takes that belt to be serious and they take that as a legitimate championship, y'all are on some BS, bro, because that belt, bro, literally is basically just like it's almost like a bodyguard, bro, just linealized by the freaking organization, bro. It is, bro. Because
let's pass it around, Jay Giles. I'm gonna let you cook. We're gonna come back to you. Let's pass it around.
Yes, sir.
We got a packed house in here. Go ahead, Major Key.
I just wanted to say this. Look, man. First and foremost, Mr. Bailey Senior. If you want to debate, just come up here, man. Because I know you're a smart brother. But when it comes down to, you just said it's a top rank belt, right? Because it says top rank on. I'm not sure what you're looking at, but keep in mind that Canelo wasn't top rank. Canelo was the Zone and Golden Boy, not top rank. So I know what you're talking about is a top rank belt. You know what I'm saying? Following up on that with what the brother was just talking about right now. You know what I mean? Again, we could go ahead and get mad at the fact that that he got the belt, off of Lomachenko. We could get mad at that. But again, this is not a problem of the fighters. See what I'm saying? And this is not a problem of the fighters. It's the WBC and how they handle the whole thing. They didn't explain all of the nuances of the belt at the beginning, and then it seems like they've been flip-flopping ever since. So it's not Teofimo's fault. It's not Haney's fault. But when you look at it, You know what I mean? And we can't talk about history because history, there wasn't all these belts to begin with. At some point, there was another belt. A belt was created for Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? A belt was created, for a lot of people. You know what I mean? The WBA belt was created for Mayweather. So we can't sit here and just cap all of a sudden it was just created for certain. No. Nobody complained before. This is the nature of boxing. It's ever evolving, just like every other sport. Every other sport continues to make new rules. So we can't hate on that. You know what I'm saying? You may not like it right now because it doesn't benefit the fighter that you like. I get that, right? Again, don't shoot the messenger. I just report on sports. I don't make the rules, right? But at the end of the day, it is what it is. You know what I mean? And at some point, I asked the question, and I asked Rapstar to ask him the question when Rapstar, the interview with Mauricio Suleiman, to ask, how do we get away from either that belt or the other belt? One of them has to be known as a superior. You know what I'm saying? And he keeps saying it's a superior belt, but he doesn't clarify on how we're going to move away from one to the other. Because if you just change the definition on the internet, right, from 4 belts from the 4 world from the 4 world recognized sanctioning bodies, right, and start asking the supreme belt for each of the sanctioning bodies, right, that are world recognized, then we would have a different definition. But right now, the internet does not clarify which one is what. So it's all around. It's just BS. You know what I mean? So I get where everybody's confused, but again, I'm confused too. But I at least believe that for me, the superior boxer in 135 is Teofimo Lopez. But I would like to see them fight. Don't get me wrong.
With that said, I want to do a quick segue, and y'all can get back to it. I just want y'all opinion on this. During my sabbatical, y'all know I've been out here trying to promote the project Edith Every Day I Try Harder in a phone near you right now, streaming on all platforms. Check it out. While I was out promoting, this news broke. Mauricio Suleiman has made a damn slave belt. If y'all can see your screen right now, we call it the Juneteenth belt. I believe it's 1 black fighter on the card, maybe 2. What do you guys think of this? Me as a black man, I was offended. I was like, yo, this is a mockery of slavery, mockery of Juneteenth. I cannot picture them making a Holocaust belt for a Jewish event. I just don't see them doing that. And they got slave names and slave faces and chains on the side. Y'all see this? I can't picture them making a Holocaust belt with gas chambers on it. I don't know who was in the room when they was putting this together, but this is a reason why you need people in the room making decisions about their culture. When you're making decisions about their culture, inclusion is so important, and not just saying, hey, you included, we made a belt for you too. No, I mean included with the decision making. I'll pass this around. Let's go to Sir Senior. He's been quiet for a minute. Then Troy. And I want you guys to give me your honest take on this opinion. Also in the chat, I want y'all to let me know, what do y'all think of this, the slave belt, the Juneteenth belt? Did we need this? Did we ask for this? I know everybody, was talking about, the Mexicans got their dates. Maybe we got what we asked for. Be careful what you ask for sometimes. Sir Senior, Troy, talk to me.
Yeah, I think it's one of the most despicable things. We already had the Black Lives Matter belt for Roy Jones and Mike Tyson. And then we turn around and have a Juneteenth belt. They might as well put a cut off foot and have the Toby belt.
Come on now.
Like they doing way too much. It's blatantly disrespectful. There's nothing that you could say that could make that seem prideful. There's nothing in that at all that you could even change or twist or say at a different narrative to make that belt respectful to Black people, the people that is quote unquote supposed to be representing. Now, if Charlo loses, do the Hispanic dude get the Juneteenth belt now? Does he rock the Juneteenth belt and put that up on his wall? So my thing is this, as you said, there's no Holocaust belt. There's no other belts that are degrading the people it's supposed to be representing. There's never been a belt that was that way. Even back when people were fighting for medallions and other types of belts, back in the Mayans, there was never a award that was given to you to disrespect you or degrade you, and you had to wear it as a badge of honor. That's worse than a slap in the face. That's worse than peeing in the cup and calling it lemonade. It's just pure disrespect. And if anybody watches the fight, and I'm gonna say it this far, the same way I say that I understand and I respect Mayweather for making money for his family, but I thought that was a disgrace to combat sports. So I didn't watch it. Did I watch the clips on YouTube afterwards? Of course. I mean, I'm in the martial arts and boxing and everything else. But did I pay to watch it? Did I watch a full fight, even the ones that could be pirated? No, because I was not going to support it legally or illegally, because I thought it was a mockery to boxing. Now, this is a mockery to us. And if we go along with this and we keep standing silent, then they're just going to keep doing this type of stuff to us. And we got to sit here and stop licking boots.
Talk to me, Troy. How do you feel about this Juneteenth belt? Shit, this shit is ugly. First of all, this shit is ugly. You know what I'm saying? They could have had some black diamonds on it. You know, I remember that Mayweather money belt. They had that shit all the way decked out. This right here, man, this shit look like they cut out some cardboard. Like they put some emojis on the side. Like, what do you think of this Juneteenth belt? Are you proud as a black man of the Juneteenth belt? Did you ask for this?
Well,
was this needed?
I'm going to answer all your questions by saying I don't care. Allow me to retort. I don't care, and here's why. It's one thing to say, well, here we go again. There's another insult and all that. It's another thing to say, why don't we get together with like-minded people like ourselves and some folks that actually have some influence and some power and money and build our own league instead of saying I'm insulted by this and that. Let's say if you're insulted by something, build something new and then start your own. That is the only way to combat this. It's not with anything else. So that's why I say I don't care, because we have the resources, we have everything we need to actually build our own. You start small, right? You're going to have to start small, but then you keep building until you get to where you need to be. And that's the only way to combat this foolishness. And frankly, I don't give a damn. It doesn't affect me one way or the other at all.
Troy, I'm disappointed to hear that, man.
Why is that? Why should I be offended by every blasted thing that comes at me because of the color of my skin? Why? You handle it how you handle it. If you don't like something, build your own. There's nothing to be insulted about. If you do not like something, you get together, like I said, with like-minded folks, and you use your power and you build your own. This way, you won't have to go to them and say, I don't like this. You could say to them, keep your garbage. I'm over here building something great. I don't need you. I don't need you. I never will.
Well, I believe it was Martin Luther King. He said, riots are the voice of the unheard.
That's only one direction. That's only one way.
I'll wait. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Mark. But I'm saying that's only one way. I'm going to keep saying it. Build your own, and you don't have to worry about nothing else. Just like you and that album you have, your Diamond Status album that I really like. You wanted to do something. You jumped out there and you did it yourself. You didn't say, well, I'm offended by what I hear or anything like that. Or I'm gonna go ask somebody to do this for me. You put the time in, you put the energy, you put the money in, and you did the drive, and you built that damn thing yourself. And that's a great damn album. So we can do the same thing with boxing and any other sport, any other business in the whole friggin' world, because we are the power. Everybody else is just a damn light switch. That's the thing that y'all don't grasp. I can't say y'all. Most of us don't grasp. We are the power. We ain't the damn light switch. We influence the whole world, but we don't see it that way. We really don't.
I'm gonna give my take on this, and I'm gonna reply to what you said, and I'll pass it to Jay Giles and Major Key for their take. Respectfully, I just think that's it's almost a cowardly way of looking at it, as in, well, it don't affect me, I don't care, so I ain't gonna say nothing. I think it's some people who didn't need to ride the bus, but they still supported people who were boycotting and back in Montgomery, Alabama. You get what I'm saying? Like, we can't just
What
say,
did you
hey,
hear me say? What did you hear me say that's cowardly? Because I said build your own.
I was gonna finish.
Okay.
What you said, if I'm not mistaken, you said it doesn't affect me, I don't care. Your first thing was I don't care, it doesn't affect me. Correct?
Exactly right. Right.
Okay, so
it does affect me.
Okay, so like I said, we never would have change anywhere if people say, hey, it don't affect me, so I don't care. I think more can be done, and I think change has been brought across this nation and all over the world where it was people who it didn't affect them. It was free white folks who were citizens saying, hey, I still think this is fucked up. I'm gonna march with y'all. Hey, this isn't right. Let's sign some laws for some protection for these people. You get what I'm saying? Just because it doesn't affect you doesn't mean you shouldn't be involved. And just to say, hey, well, go build your own then. Hey, look, we already helped build something here. Like the WBC, Mauricio Suleiman wasn't out there fighting. It was other guys out there fighting, building, help, putting money into this brand, investing in this brand, being the face of the brand. And I think with discourse and protest, you can get change accomplished. You can say, people can stand up and say, hey, this is not cool. This is not acceptable. We don't respect that. We don't appreciate it. And you can force change. But boxing. So Eric, you thinking we should just start our own commission? Then I get it. That's cool.
No,
but to say
no.
I'm just, let me land my plane and I'll give you the floor. Oh, I want to pass it to Jay Giles. I don't want to spend too much time going back and forth. I kind of want to reply to what you said and pass to the next person. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to trade, we can do that too. It's all love. I just don't like the mentality when you say, well, I don't care. It don't affect me. Man, you know how much change would not have happened if people had that same mind state. Hey, fuck them niggas riding on the back of their bus. That don't affect me. You get what I'm saying? But what you can affect, let me finish, Troy, please. What I'm trying to say here is if you affect somebody's bottom line, their money, you can get some change accomplished. You can say what you want to say, then after that, Jay Giles. Go ahead.
100% heard what you said, but I don't think you perfectly understood what I was saying. If I said I don't care and I'm going back to bed, then you could tell me everything you just tell me. I just said I don't care. Let's build our own. I said to get together with like-minded people who have power, who have influence, who have wealth, and build your own. You want to affect somebody's line? Line, like you said, take their business. And that's how you do it, by building your own. I didn't say I don't care and I'm going back to sleep. I said it doesn't affect me. And now I'm going to build something and I'm going to have my own, which will affect you. That to me is freedom. I don't want a damn room in your mansion. I don't want your car either. I'll ride a damn horse and I'll live in my shabby house on the land that I damn well own. I don't need nothing from you. I'll suffer and I will build my own and I will come out on top because I will die how I am, free. I'm not going to let anybody control me or anything like that. I've been there, done that, and had my back broken for it. No. Go. You can't let everything affect you because you'll get blinded by where you're headed. You'll just lose your. I'm telling you, if you let everything affect you, everything that comes along, you're gonna get blinded. Something bothers you, you quietly build your own. You quietly build your own, and then you take over. That's how you do it. You don't make no big loud announcement. If you're gonna kill someone, you don't announce it. You take your time. You build a plan, and then you destroy them in a way that they could never come back. And that's what I'm about, to be very honest. Maybe the word kill was kind of harsh, but that's the way I'm going to do it. I'm not just going to shoot you in public to make a big... No. I want to destroy you, your family, and every fucking thing that means anything to you. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Not sitting around saying, well, I don't care, and I'm just going to go back to bed. I'm going to destroy you in my own way, permanently.
Go ahead, Jay Giles.
To answer your question, Mark, bro, I'm extremely disappointed and insulted by that as a black brother and as a black man. I do not take kindly to that shit. And I definitely do hear your point, Troy. No cap about it, bro. I hear your point. You know what I mean? Do something about it. You know, all that good shit. But at the end of the day, bro, it's good that this shit does affect us, bro, because there are other people who don't see like you, bro. There's other people who don't see like I do. You know what I mean? So you have to find a way in order to get those people on board with you. You feel what I'm saying? So we can build a generation of better black men and also give back to the world. You feel what I'm saying? These people don't want to give back to the world. These people are using us as a mockery. They are mad because we are athletic, bro. We have the athletic ability, bro. The most strongest man on the planet, bro, is a black man. I don't care what nobody says, bro. The strongest person on this planet is a black man, bro. Straight up.
That's Mark Henry
Straight
from
up,
WWE, bro. Right?
Yes, from WWE. That quote came from a WWE superstar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A lot of people don't even realize us as black people, bro, we built this freaking country, bro. And I'm saying that loud, bro, because we did, bro. This country was built off the black men, bro, black people, bro. Straight up, bro. And for them to come out with a belt, bro, Tommy Hearns, Marvin Hagler, bro, freaking Sugar Ray Leonard, bro, Roy Jones, Mike Tyson, bro, Muhammad Ali, bro, and they come out with a belt like that, bro, that is insulting, bro, to the lineage of what the hell they had, what they did for this sport, bro. That's an insult, bro. That's basically a slap in the face. That's a fuck you, bro, in the face of what they did for this sport, bro. That's an insult, bro. And not only that, bro, to make it a WBC belt, bro. Come on, man. Screw freaking making a whole, screw freaking doing something about it, bro. It's time for a revolution, bro. Straight up, man. It's time for a revolution. It's one thing with George Floyd, bro, and that was just the worst thing that could have ever happened. But this, what more needs to be said, bro? What more needs to be said, bro? Like, what more needs to be said? I gotta hear what everybody else got to say.
We got
about
some
it,
more to say.
Off.
We're gonna let my brother Major Key. Before we do that, I want to say shout out to the chat. My Aunt Gwen right here.
I'm mad right now, bro.
Hold on. Let me give a shout out to my Aunt Gwen. It's very rare she tuned into the show, but shout out to my Aunt Gwen all the way in Baltimore. What up, Auntie? Shout out to Pound for Pound Boxing. And we got Terrence Bailey Sr. in here, a descendant of the late great Frederick Douglass. So we're gonna let him speak as well. Major Key Boxing, talk to me, man. How do you feel about the Juneteenth belt? Got shackles on it, got faces and names of slaves up here. You're a melanated brother.
I'm you know, I'm a very moderate kind of guy, man. Like I feel everybody's point of view here. I think that you know, Terrence Bailey will probably have more insight. I'm gonna say this: when it comes down to it, Mauricio Suleiman needs to have a focus group before he starts making these decisions, because obviously, you see what I'm saying, what he's doing is not working. You know what I mean? He needs to have a focus group before he makes these decisions and announces them like that, right? You know what I mean? Like I'm not even mad that what the brother just said, that it's facts. You know what I'm saying? Or for African Americans and you know, at some point Asians and you know, and indigenous people. This country was built like that. You know what I'm saying? And then you know, don't forget I'm Puerto Rican Dominican. So on our islands in the Caribbean, we dealt with our own thing and we liberated our own selves from there. So you know what I mean? So we were dealing with our own struggle in our own place, but it wasn't here on the mainland. You know what I'm saying? So you know, I get where everybody's coming from. So but Terrence also put a post you know, in the chat that he's kind of proud of it. So I would prefer that he talks, because you know what I'm saying, he knows a lot more about this American struggle. I mean, I know about it, you know what I mean, and I could go on and on and on and relate it to other struggles. But when it comes to this particular one, as far as how this particular belt affects you, I really can't speak on that, to be honest with you, man.
Okay. Well, when I saw that belt, I was like, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. So you got the floor, Terrence Bailey Sr. You are the elder here on the panel. Thank you again for your time. Thank you for pulling up. Man, what would Frederick Douglass say if he was to see that belt?
Let me see the belt again.
It's a better picture of it out here, but this the quick one I grab real quick to continue the show. But talk to me. First of all, welcome to the show and good evening. How do you feel about this belt right here with the shackles and the chains on it? The names and faces of slaves on it. This is the Juneteenth belt.
I don't see the. Where you see the slaves at?
You can't see it right here on this picture, but it is up there. I'll find another one for you. But while I'm doing that, give me your assessment. What do you think of this belt? Was it needed? Did we ask for this? Talk to me.
Okay, all right. Well, the first thing, when I said, pride, what I mentioned about pride, I said the only thing that I felt good about it was the fact that this came out of a conversation of Suleiman being enlightened in the barbershop about Juneteenth. Now, the problem with that is that he found out about it at that time. That this 50 or 60 some odd year old man did not know about Juneteenth. That was a problem with that. And I put that in the chat, that he did not know about it. So that's a problem. Now, as far as it got chains on it and all that stuff, and the pictures of slaves, and so he basically commercialized that suffering, and commercialized Black folks' Independence Day. But I mean, there's good and bad and everything. You know what I'm saying? You can't throw the baby out with the water. So I mean, it is what it is. But they also did the same thing with Cinco de Mayo. So it is what it is. But going back to what the brother was talking about earlier, talking about getting our own and this, that, and the other, we got things going on in this country that we could be doing much better with if we all stuck together and put our money where our mouth is instead of being on social media preaching. You got this stuff going on right now. What do you call it? Race theory, critical race theory, that they're trying to shut down, which is basically teaching the truth about the way they did us and what they did and how we got here, and the indigenous folk that was already here, and then the ones those of us who were shipped here, and the fact that we don't put our money where our mouth is, that's in danger of not making it into schools. Money rules everything. Now, if we was putting our money where our mouth is, do you know that these Juneteenth celebrations that goes on across the country, the majority of that money that funds that is not Black dollars, because we don't put our money where our mouth is. You know, the majority of these Black monuments that go up around here in this nation are not funded by Black dollars because we don't put our money where our mouth is. We go to social media and bump our damn gums. And every time a black body is killed by police, this is where we come. But we don't. We make it rain. We make it rain at the department store though, and we put everything on social media. And then all this, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And that's what I think. Like with the stuff that I'm doing, the programs and stuff like that, and we steady trying to raise funds, and it's white folks, descendants of slave masters, who give one donation, and it's more than all the Black folk in the community have given combined, and one slave master descendant has beaten everybody with one donation. Where they do that at? Obviously in the Black community, that's where they do it. But we come to social media and we do this. I'm like, hey, your kid about to get a scholarship to go on this field trip to learn Black culture. You said you ain't got no money, but you got some brand new damn Nikes on. And your kid going on this field trip on a scholarship. Tell me how that worked. You're a grown ass individual, and white folks are paying for a scholarship for your kid to go on a scholarship or go on a field trip to learn about their own ancestors. And he talk about, we gotta tell our own story. Come out your pocket. That's how the narrative get changed. That's how they don't end up learning what really what's really up with their ancestors. They get a whitewashed version. You know why? Because they paying and you not.
I agree.
I ain't gonna lie. Let me stick to my stomach when I come to social media and I see all these woke Negroes. It pisses me off, and I said that I was not coming back on nobody's live no more.
I was done with that. I was just gonna stay on my own. I was not gonna come on nobody's live no more. I wouldn't go back in the barbershop. Reggie will tell you, I was on the other night. I said, yo, this is my last night. I'm not coming back on nobody's live no more. You know what I'm saying? I got some things working that it's not gonna look good. You know what I'm saying? With the behavior that I've been exhibiting, and I can't do it no more. It'll just be on my own podcast, and I gotta keep it PC because I got a nonprofit and everything, and just it's not gonna look right. But this particular subject right here, I was like, nah, I can't let this one ride. I gotta say something. This will be my last night. I had to move it. This will be my last night.
Well, hopefully we can invoke more positive thoughts and have discourse in a respectful way where you don't feel like, hey, I got to step away from this because it's bad for my image. You know what I'm saying? Or the things we have going on. Let's get King HMF in here. Talk to me, King.
Salute to everyone on the panel. Salute to you, Terrence Bailey.
Hey, what's going on, brother?
I'm chilling, man. Proud of you.
How you feel about this bill, HMF? This WBC bill, this Juneteenth bill. Did you need this? Did you ask for it? Are you offended by it? Are you respected? Do you respect the bill?
I don't know. Is it transferable like that franchise bill? I mean, I don't need to answer. I don't mean to answer your question with a question.
It's Suleiman. It's Suleiman.
Yeah, so it's not transferable.
I'm not sure they're gonna give it to the one. No, it's like a trophy, like the Black Lives Matter belt, like the money belt. The winner. It's a one-off. Like the winner would get the belt.
It's a commemorative belt.
Oh, okay, I get it now.
Until somebody sent an email.
Damn. Hold up now.
No, but seriously, Asian Math, let me get your take on this because we're gonna land this one, land the plane.
All right, yeah. Okay. Man, look, if it's the thought that counts, how much thought did they put into that? You know what I'm saying? Me myself, now I don't be really attaching my emotions to something that's really out of my control. You know, no, I didn't ask for it to answer some of the questions you asked. No, I wasn't even expecting it. You know what I'm saying? As the design and all that go, hey man, whatever make they both float. I wonder how the belt gonna look next year. They say they're gonna do the reparations belt. Oh, that's another breaking news. Now you know I'm betting 1,000 with my breaking news. So next year time, I am dog. He know it, Chuck. Put the playback. Sure, we gonna get the reparations belt. John Baylor book.
It's gonna have dollar signs on. It's gonna like the Ted DiBiase belt. It's gonna be the Ted DiBiase belt.
It's gonna be a stimulus check.
It's gonna have Dave Chappelle face on it. I just bought this baby.
I'm rich, bitch. It's gonna have the Newports. It's gonna have some Newports and some 40 ounces on it. I'm rich, bitch,
and an Escalade sign on it.
Man, y'all wildin', man. Well, look, man, we was having a respectful, mature conversation. We brought the two OGs and the old heads in, and they got all the damn jokes. I ain't that about a bitch.
Hey, I bet you get 1,000 views. I just be like, hey, these motherfuckers over here crazy. Hey, but Terrence, before I get off on another serious note, I need a link to your nonprofit, man. I would love to donate in your honor, brother. I appreciate what you do, and you know that. And so I'll be getting some of your texts, but I'll be a little bit busy. Sorry for that inconvenience, but I just want to holler.
Yeah, Terrence Bailey, if you want to, you can put it in the chat, sir. And
I hate this light. Damn.
Let me see.
We can't see it, brother. We can't see
it. Yeah, that damn light.
Can you type it in the chat so the people who want to support can support to you?
Yeah, hold on.
Take your time. While he's doing that, go ahead. While he's doing that, the people just pulled up. I kind of wanted y'all to take King HMF. Let me get your take on this Shakur Stevenson before we land the plane right here. Some people said the fight was boring. Do you agree the fight was boring, or do you go with my take? And Kyle, we were saying, hey, look, you can't knock everybody out. Win this one, look good on the next one.
Oh yeah,
if you're going there playing around, you're gonna get wobbled like Devin Haney, and people gonna say you're Jenny.
Ooh, boy, you brought up one of my predictions. Didn't I say that was gonna happen? Was it
It's on
before?
tape. It's on tape. It was before. It was on tape.
Yeah. So I got to keep that same energy. I feel he fought the fight he knew he could win. Now, to answer your question, was it boring? You know, I came up in the 80s, so we saw a lot of exciting fights. So in comparison, it didn't live up to the hype of what we know he's capable of doing and why he couldn't show those capabilities, those skill sets in this particular fight. Once again, like I said with Devin Haney, we'll know what it is in the next fight. You know what I'm saying? They're saying, is Devin Haney chinny after getting rocked? Well, we'll see in this next fight. Right now, it's too early. You know, dude, as good as he is, he's still a prospect. He is. Now he has all the upside in the world, just looking at his skill set. But I wouldn't be trying to get there just by knocking people out. Still first Mayweather. Mayweather started off knocking off a bunch of people, then just cruised on like, hey, I could just show you I can outbox you. Right now, he could just outbox motherfuckers. And once he get into his man strength, now you can knock motherfuckers out. So as long as he got the W, it was no doubt that he got the W. I'm cool with that. Some people will say, according to my analysis, I feel like he executed everything real good. He fought the fight he had to fight against the opponent that, came to fight like that. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, so. My bad. That I'm sorry, Asia. That Operation Frederick Douglass on the Hill, Midshore Community Foundation.org. And Operation Frederick Douglass on the Hill, that's on Facebook. On Facebook, go become a member. Get and find out, the news, whatever's going on. Which the unveiling of the Frederick Douglass mural in the oldest African American community in the United States is September 4th. The mural's done; it's sitting in storage. So we're just the groundbreaking is going to be July 10th, and the unveiling is September 4th. So the groundbreaking is July 10th, and we have to build the structure that the mural is going to be put on, and again the mural unveiling is September 4th, which is Labor Day weekend. And so you can go to Operation Frederick Douglass on the Hill on Facebook.
Okay. Is there any truth to the rumor that is there any truth to the rumor CNN going to be covering that?
I ain't heard that one.
Martin Nash gonna cover it though.
I ain't heard that.
Hey, look, MNN gonna cover it. How about that? MNN, Martin Nash News gonna cover it. Hey, look, but this is gonna be my last question for the panel, and I'll let you guys enjoy the rest of your night. This was sparked up to my head based off a lot of things I've heard tonight in the conversation. And again, I appreciate everybody's time for pulling up. How do you guys feel about all these young fighters saying, I'm the next Mayweather, or they either self-proclaim it, like Shakur Stevenson and Haney, or saying, hey, I'm going to be better, like Haney said. You've heard some other guys saying, no, if anybody's the next Mayweather, it's Tio, because of the fights he's taking. Tank, I've been hearing it from different guys. How do you guys feel about these young fighters saying that they're the next Mayweather? Or is that biting off too much you can chew? Me, I'm always a big fan of sports psychology and about building somebody up. I don't believe you can ever aspire to be great if somebody's telling you every day you're nothing, you ain't gonna be shit, you trash, you'll never be as good as this person. Well, you can't reach those goals and assimilate to that unless it starts here in your mind, in my personal opinion. So I don't have a problem with it. Hey, look, if you're not, you're not. If you want to be, go out there and get it. It's up for you to try to be great. But I want to know what the panel thinks about all these guys saying they're the next Mayweather, or their coach and trainer saying they're the next Mayweather. Let me start off with Major Key, and then we'll go to Troy, and we'll work our way around the room after that. Go ahead, Major Key.
Yeah, no doubt. So first and foremost, I'm gonna time off after this, so everybody watch the live that we had and all the other lives that we've been doing. You know what I'm saying? We've been putting in work on Major Key Boxing, collaborating with Martin Nash, and of course Troy Graham up in the building. You know what I'm saying? Getting a lot of these connects for us. So with that being said, though, to answer your question, when it comes down to it, I kind of touched on it earlier. I don't think that there's any kind of, everybody wants to be money made. They don't want to be pretty boy. You know what I'm saying? It's a different thing, right? And then also, why don't you want to be yourself? You know what I'm saying? Mayweather wanted to be himself. You know what I mean? He didn't want to sit in his father's shoes. You know what I mean? All these other greats didn't want to sit in their father's shoes or sit in anybody else's shoes. They wanted to be themselves. So I don't even understand why everybody's trying to fall into this thing. Oh, I'm the next Mayweather. That just sounds corny to me, bro. Like God forbid I was one of these kids' fathers and you want to be like somebody else. You're supposed to be like me, like I'm your father. You know what I'm saying? You know. So anyway, man, like with that, I'll digress and I'll let it. I mean, for me, it's very simple. You shouldn't want to be if you're talking about money, then take the path that he did and you know, lay the foundation through the hard work. You know what I mean? You don't get a house without building a foundation first. You know what I'm saying? Like you know, otherwise, you know what I mean? That light wind is gonna knock it over. You know, so it is what it is, man. But with that one, like I said, I digress. And everybody have a great night. Lovely talking with y'all.
Absolutely. And make sure y'all follow Major Key. We had a great conversation over there with Henry Discombobulated Jones, DJ Rebel, as well as Kelly Pavlik pulled back up on the show. So definitely follow Major Key, man. We had a great conversation over there. Shout out to Troy Graham for making that happen with us. Troy, talk to us real quick. How do you feel about all these guys saying they're the next Mayweather?
Well, that's the problem. You know, you can't achieve anything wanting to be someone else. The only way you can succeed in life is to be the best you that you can be. You can't you can't build yourself to become another person. You have to be the best you that you could be. And in all reality, I'm sick of hearing that dude's name. I'm just he's you know, he had his time, and you know, these young cats need to realize that if you want to be great, then guess what? You got to build to be you. You can't build to be the next man because you're gonna fall short every single time. And that's why so much comparison to him and all that. No, be the best Haney, be the best Stevenson, be the best Teofimo, be the best Tank. Let him be where he could be. Sugar Ray was a huge fan of Ali and vice versa. Ali was a huge fan of Sugar Ray Robinson. But he said, I am the greatest. He didn't say, I'm going to be the greatest next Sugar Ray Robinson. He said, I am the greatest. So guess what? Be the greatest you can be. Because I'm going to be the greatest Troy Graham I'm going to be. And that's the way I'm going to live. That's the way I'm going to die. I tell my sons that all the time. You all are going to be great. And not because I'm your daddy. It's because that God actually made you that way. I had a hand in it, but that's what God made you to be, great. And I'm going to choke you to death if you're not. So y'all have a good night.
Yo, follow my boy Troy Graham every Monday, 9:30. He'll be over there with Major Key Boxing. They're doing big things over there. We just had Kelly. You wanted to plug that? You got anything you want to plug, or you trust me to do it the right way?
Yeah. Oh no. You know what I want to do? Out of respect, man, I meant to do while we were on the panel with Rebel. I wanted to plug your album, man. Let me tell you what, Mark Nash. And I'm gonna say this in all honesty. And I told him that he has a labor of love, which is gonna go diamond status. I'm speaking it into truth. Called Eat It. I heard most of it. I didn't hear all of it. I definitely want to buy it once I find out where I could buy it. But yeah, that's that. Go ahead and buy that brother's music because it's definitely a labor of love. And if I'm correct, you did that for your mom, or you know, she was the force behind you doing this, right?
Absolutely.
Well, there you go. You can't fail when you do it for mom. You can't. Diamond status guaranteed. You could explain to them what diamond status is. I'm just speaking it into the universe because I know it's gonna happen for you. Bless up. I'm gone.
All right, my brother. God bless. Yeah, man. Had a great interview over there, man. Appreciate Troy making those things happen, man, with some of these dope interviews that we're getting out here. And being a part of the team and allow me to be a part of their team as well. And shout out to Patricia, man. She always working, man. I told her we need to put her on the payroll. Closing thoughts, guys. How do y'all feel? Who was next? Who up next? Let's go back to the OGs. Let the OGs speak. Terrence Bailey and then King Asian Math. You can give me your take.
First of all, I'm gonna give a shout out to your aunt from in Baltimore. I'm down here in Talbot County.
Yeah, they over there. They right there in Baltimore City. We used to live over there on the west side. Yeah, Fort Nav, grinding for the cash.
Yeah, I'm down here by Ocean City.
All right, talk to me, man. How do you feel about these guys claiming to be the next Mayweather?
I think that's a little form of. I mean, they idolizing the dude, man. But you know what I'm saying. you can admire another man, but you don't never idolize another man. You know what I'm saying? You leave that stuff back when you was a kid. When you become a grown man, you put away childish ways. And when you Shakur Stevenson, you need to focus on becoming the first Shakur Stevenson. You Tank Davis, you need to focus on becoming the first and only Tank Davis, and so on and there, so on, so on. I see Graham, but hey, Merlin's in the house. All these guys need to focus on becoming the first whoever they are. You know what I'm saying? You don't put another man above yourself if it ain't your daddy, or your grandfather, or none of your personal ancestors. You don't put a woman above yourself unless if you're not married to her and if it's not your mama. You know what I'm saying? So, nah, you don't do that. So, I mean, I understand. You can have admiration for another brother, like what I'm saying. I admire that guy, but I'm not gonna put that guy above me. He's not gonna eat before I eat.
Okay.
He may, say unless you're a guest in my house, I may give you your plate before I sit down. But don't you touch that plate until I sit down.
Oh shit! Now, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because you're in my house.
All right, look, table rules. I ain't mad at it.
I might hand you your plate, but don't you touch that fork until I sit down. Because you're in my house. My grandfather had this thing. I mean, when I was a kid, he passed away when I was a kid. You're in my house, you fear me because you're in my house.
Okay, that's deep as hell right there. That's scary as hell. What you said, you fear me.
I mean, so I'm saying we might be in Maryland, but we still in my house. We're not in Maryland.
Oh, I got you. Tell people where they can follow you at, and they can see what else you got going on in your house and some of the dope interviews you got going on over there.
That's On the Mic with Terrence Bailey Sr. On the Mic with Terrence Bailey Sr. on Facebook.
And when you do your episodes, sir?
I've been a little slow with them here lately because focusing on this outreach program, but stay tuned. I got a surprise interview coming up soon with somebody that in the boxing community everybody been dragging here lately. But he's a real good fighter, he's undefeated. He's a champion, and he's somebody that Canelo been ducking. We'll put it like that.
Oh shit! I hope it's Boo Boo Andre. I like Boo Boo. Hey, look, but his name is Terrence Bailey, and his show is called On the Mic with Terrence Bailey. Is it Terrence Bailey Sr. On the Mic with Terrence Bailey Sr.?
Yeah, Senior. Yeah, that's all.
Okay, so it's On the Mic with Terrence Bailey Sr. and he spelled Terrence how it's spelled on the screen right there. Definitely check him out. He's a powerful, good brother, man, and I wish him nothing but the best and success in all his endeavors. King Asian Mav, talk to us, man. Talk to me, man. Let me know. How do you feel about these guys claiming to be the next Mayweather?
Like Mike, like to be like Mike. That was all in the 80s, right? When that came out and it just took wildfire. And who didn't want to be like Mike? Everybody quiet. Because everybody wants to be like Mike. What it tells me, they paying homage to the era that I found the most entertaining. I was blessed to grow up with, because they feel they can't compete. So they say, hey, let's mimic that era. I want to be like that. I want to be like Mayweather. And is there something wrong with it? If I was them, yeah, I'm a professional. Like all of them said, I want to be the first me. But as a person that, if you didn't box or you didn't play ball, yeah, you could be like them. But them, nah. And I think they're just paying homage because they're not mixing it up like back then. It's almost like one scared and the other one glad he's scared. So the best they could do is say, hey, I'm going to be the next Mayweather. That's the best they could do. Because none of them really stepping up, challenging all of them to get up and mix. Tio should have fought well, he fought Loma. Okay. Give him that. He fought Loma.
True. He did fight it, man.
Right after that, he should have fought Haney. If we're going to, they want to be the next Floyd Mayweather, he should have fought Haney next.
Floyd wouldn't have fought no Cambosos, man.
You say what?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off in your closing remarks, but I agree. No. I don't think Floyd would have went in there and fought Kambosos if he had.
That's what. Okay, yeah, because I didn't hear you. No, and I agree with
Young
that.
Floyd was calling out all of those guys. Costa Zoo. He was calling out Oscar almost 5 to 10 years before that. Almost. Yes, you know what I'm saying? He was calling out Oscar since the 90s.
He know. You're right. Go ahead, cook on them, Mark. But yeah, that's how I feel. I mean, they're just telling, hey, we can't compete with that era. We can't be better than y'all, so we want to be like y'all. So that's what I take out of it. You know, they probably heard this feedback and be like, what that motherfucker know? Okay, let's give us the fights then.
All right. Tell people where they can follow you at, man, for those who don't know. This is King Asian Math.
As usual, you can find me next to the dime piece. But if I'm slacking on my macking, I'll settle for the 9-piece. Peace, y'all.
Absolutely. I see you over there at the shop, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Talk to me. Sir Senior, you got the floor, man. A lot of these guys want to be Mayweather, man. They actually out there saying, hey, I'm gonna be the next Floyd Mayweather. How do you feel about that? Let me get your take.
For me,
and Jay Giles after that. Jay Giles, I'll let you take us home.
For me, I would say that I respect what they're trying to do, and I respect how they're giving homage to Mayweather because he's been an influence in each one of these young dudes' lives. There's not any boxer who's out there who hasn't trained with or, you know, dealt with Mayweather on a hand-to-hand basis. From Shakur Stevenson to Devin Haney to also to obviously Tank.
But Shakur, all of them.
Yeah, but I would say that if you want to talk about who is the next Mayweather, I would say it will be more of who's following the exact steps of Mayweather, who has the defense like Mayweather, who has the punching power like a young Mayweather as well. I would say that's more of a Boots Ennis. Boots Ennis is the one who's calling for everybody. Boots Ennis is the one.
Sir, Senior threw the monkey wrench in the plan. Go ahead, talk that shit.
Boots Ennis is the one that's out here calling for all the smoke. He want all the greats. He want the legacy fights. He want everybody who they say he's not ready for. He's the one who's pulling up on Instagram saying, I want to fight everybody who got a belt, anybody who ain't got a belt, anybody who got a name. You ain't got a name. If you want to get in the ring, let's get in the ring. I'm going to do my thing in and out of the ring, in and out of what they call a big fight. I'm ready for anybody. That's Mayweather. And he's willing to be the so-called villain. But I think Boots is also doing it his way. I don't have to be a complete crazy black man. I just can show you my energy and tell everybody I want to do it my way. That's the Mayweather model. And he's trying to get his money off of it as well. So I think the best way to do it is your way. And that's what Mayweather would say. So with that being said, I respect everybody who's coming up under Mayweather and under his lineage, but I also respect Boots for having his power, skill, and fortitude to say, I'm ready for the big guys. I want the big guys, and I'm going to take it and do it my way with showmanship and decency. And I want my money. Don't play with my money.
Absolutely. Tell people where they can follow you at, man. What you got going on your channel, bro?
You can follow me at Cooking with Sir Senior. I'm always cooking something. If it's home cooking or food for thought. And most importantly, dreams require sleep and goals require effort. And you can get the shirt at marknash.com.
My man, appreciate that, man. Appreciate you, man. Drop some more content, man. People need to hear you speak that shit, man. I know you be talking that talk. People need to hear more of it, man. I wish you nothing but the best, my brother.
Yes, sir. Y'all
Absolutely.
Be blessed.
Yes, sir. You supposed to say be safe, be certain. Don't you supposed to say something like that? Don't you have a call?
Be safe, be blessed, be certain.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. That's my man. Hey, look, I was gonna let Jay Giles get the last word. Where you at, Jay Giles? Let Jay Giles get the last word. Yeah, man. This was dope, man. It's been a minute since I did one of these. Like I said, I took last week off. did a brief show on Monday, then we got out of here. Last week, all week, I was on different channels promoting, getting some promo things packed up, had some meetings, also editing videos for other artists because, you know, I'm still doing edits. But I'm really, Jay Giles, if you out there, Jay Giles, go and pull up and we can let you close it out when you pull back up. But yeah, man, I think people are giving the kid Shakur Stevenson a little hard rap. I think the dude is super talented. We've never seen anything less than stellar from him, but you know what they say, like, you're only good as your last fight, right? So I get it, man, but let's be real, man. The dude pitched a shutout. He didn't lose a round. He got in there for 36 minutes, 12 rounds, and won every round convincingly, too. And that's just not me. That's what the judges said. Let Jay Giles get the last word. Jay Giles, talk to me, bro. How you feel? Your mic is muted. Your mic muted, Jay.
If you want me to be honest,
there you go.
My bad. The connection was cutting in and out, and I had to.
No. You good, man. You get it. You good, man. I'm glad you're here. Thanks again for pulling up.
What about now?
You good. You good. I can hear you. You good. Thank you again for pulling up. I appreciate your time. Can you hear me? You. Okay. Jay Giles, do you want to call in instead of beaming in? You want to try to call in? I'll put a number on the screen if you want to call in instead of beaming in. You want to try to call in? It was working good all night. Yeah, I can see the pinwheel spinning. You having a bad connection. I'm gonna boot you out the studio. Yeah, I'm gonna boot you out the studio, and then you can try to beam back in, or you can call in, and I'll let you get the last word. Patricia said I might need to put the link back out there. I'll paste the link. Shout out to Jay Giles. Jay Giles been supporting the show since last year when I first started doing these lives. So I appreciate him, man. I don't care if it's been 6 days or 6 months since I seen him, man. It's always good to see the brother, support him doing his thing out there. He's on the West Coast and I believe Seattle. So yeah, man, I'm all about showing love and support. And I believe he's a fighter as well. So it's always good to have a fighter on the show when we're talking about boxing. It makes sense, right? But where was I at? I'll put the number on the screen and put the number on the screen just in case Jay Giles want to call in. Let me see. But yeah, man, is it too much too early to call yourself that? Me, I'm a personal. I know I'm probably be. Everybody's gonna disagree with me on this because everybody was saying, "Hey, y'all need to be yourself" for the most part, or either Sir Senior said, "Hey, I think this person is more like him." Look, I think there's nothing wrong with reaching for greatness or trying to emulate the greats. You gotta reach. You gotta reach, man. You gotta reach for the stars. You gotta have a benchmark that you want to look at. Hey, this guy didn't take that much punishment. He went out there and dominated. Either he was stopping guys or he was beating them and making it look easy. He won the most money. If not him, then who? You get what I'm saying? We love Muhammad Ali, but he did take some punishment. He was he stopped boxing for a couple of years due to, he was standing up for his rights, experienced an immense amount of racial injustice throughout his whole career. When it won the gold medal, came back, couldn't even eat at the restaurant. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, man, Muhammad Ali is a legend, and we all love him. You want to be loved like Muhammad Ali. I think a lot of guys want to be loved like Muhammad Ali, but they want that Mayweather money, and that and you still want to leave the game on top with your faculties. 832, what it do?
Yo, it's your boy Jay. What I do, bro?
Hey, you got the floor, man. Talk to me, man. Give me the final words. Your final thoughts on everything. Take us home.
Basically, to answer your question, because I never got a chance to answer your question before the connection cut out, No, I don't believe any of these other fighters will be Mayweather due to the fact that they, for one, have to accomplish what he's accomplished. They have to invest their money the way he invested his money. They have to do what he has done step by step in order to be Floyd Mayweather. They will never be Money Mayweather. I don't care what nobody says about physical ability. That's just a whole nother era compared to a new era. You can never compare those two eras. Now, as far as the shoulder roll goes and wanting to be physically like Floyd Mayweather and, you know, imitate the shoulder roll, that can be learned, that can be taught, and that can be Floyd Mayweather style. Yes. From that standpoint, yes, I believe they can be Mayweather. But yes, that just sums it up all.
Okay. Got any final thoughts, man? You want to close out with anything about anything
Honestly,
else we talked
do.
about? The bill.
Honestly, I do. What I really want to close out with is shout out to my boy Deontay Wilder for getting the third fight. July 24th is going down. Y'all make sure y'all get to that fight. That's gonna be a big fight. Tyson Fury is gonna get floored. And Teofimo, I know brother is listening, but no disrespect to you and what you accomplished because you're an OG. You're on the panel. I respect that. You have more years on me. You have experience on me. I'm just 26 years old. I'm still making my way up. But regardless of that, Teofimo is not undisputed, my brother. Sorry to tell you. He's not undisputed. He has to beat Devin the Dream Haney to be undisputed. Point blank, period. And just to let anybody know, if y'all don't think Canelo is ducking Charlo, yes, he is. Yes, he is. But I'm going to close out with that. I definitely will be on the next panel. Mark Nash, I love you, brother. Love what you're doing for us as a community. I love what you're doing for the YouTube community. I love what you're doing, period, overall. I love you, my brother. I support you, and I even stalk you when I'm not even on the show. So just to let you know.
Hey.
And much love. I will be on the panel tomorrow. Much love to everybody supporting my brother. Y'all make sure y'all check out that merch. Be sure to smash that like button and share, bro. Share and follow on Facebook. Don't act like no haters and don't call me no goddamn clout chaser because I ain't no clout chaser. So please just do what I'm asking y'all, man. Y'all share this shit. Show some love, bro. Mark Nash all day or no day. Much love, Mark.
Absolutely. And with that, hey, look, I got to end after that. Look, we bringing game night back this week. Some people ask me what happened to the game night. I've been trying to perfect the game, and I'm trying to pre-screen the contestants so we can do the game night properly. But we bringing game night back. We will be doing some R&B questions in this. It will be some more movie questions on that one. And, of course, the wheel game is going to be a boxing game. So we're going to bring the game night back. Y'all start fucking with it now because it's going to be members only soon when we go to when we have the membership for the page. Game night is something we'll probably just do exclusive for members only, man. So enjoy while we're doing it.
Don't you worry about it.
And we're gonna do the brackets. But and we're gonna have the brackets. We're gonna do the brackets this start first round of the brackets this week too. So I love y'all. I see y'all soon. Remember, drinks require sleep, goals require effort, and you can't get that hoodie at martinash.com. Peace.